It's the NFL on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the BlackKnights and the Armadillos on Monday Night Prime Time.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. On return, here comes Davis. This return makes it up to the 25. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 16-yard line.
Here's the handoff. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Give him 4 on the play. Doesn't help a ton because they're still left with 3rd and 15. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
They go play action on first. Hits him on the out route. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're set up at the 35 now. Receiver in motion, going left. Has him on the quick hitter. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You can get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hauled in left side. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to the air here. That's caught for the first. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Give him 8 yards on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Completed to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Dropping back to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They are throwing it again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it sets up second down. Throwing it again here. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
He'll throw it. He's got a man left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally. But really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Play action on 1st down. Throw left side, complete. And they get this down to the 28. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give them a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. Complete out to the right. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go play action here. Gets himself free. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He's dropping back to throw. Jump off caught by his back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. It is Cup, left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 15. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The BlackKnights take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the BlackKnights break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. On return, here comes Davis. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense running back out now. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Hand off to the back. Stiff arm success. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Now 3rd and 5.
They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Looking to his fullback now. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They put a receiver in motion right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Armadillos can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in, right? Higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
That one right down the middle. And the Armadillos tie things 10-10. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The BlackKnights ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Hauled in left side.
Well, there's never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Throwing now off play action. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Off the play fake, he'll throw. They'll run him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound. But not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
No return on that punt. And they're going to be set up in great position to begin their drive. Here comes their offense out again. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 43. Completed over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Britain. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Still sticking with the passing game. Setting up the running back screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now ahead of 3rd down. We get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout. Back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the gun on third down. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll send you back across the pond to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman waiting patiently to bring you the EA Sports halftime reports. Coach?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports halftime report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin right here in the city beautiful, Orlando, Florida, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. A 2-touchdown victory, 31-17, the final. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Here's a return from the 7. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They go play action on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again following the sack. He's got a man left. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throw is caught by the back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dumped off to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds up past the 15.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Putting a receiver in motion. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They're going play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the BlackKnights will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought first half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose, and now they get it back just 1 snap later.
Another drive coming up for this offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're set up at the 35 now. Back now, pressure on its way. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Ground game stopped again. That leaves them with a 4th and short.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Here comes the BlackKnights punt team. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Armadillos headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Catch is made down the right sideline. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's able to drive up past the 40. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Slot man in motion right. Back to the well again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
The Armadillos sending out their punter. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Brought in right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
This time they're going to get there and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Pass play now. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Here's a toss headed right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Right back to him on 1st and goal. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but...
And the defender comes away with it! There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and it'll give them a 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives them the 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Second and 6 coming up here. Right up the gut. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Now looking to throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Their offense ready to take the field now. They're coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Here's 2nd and 11. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That's 16 on the pickup. And they'll have 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll throw on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 24. All in left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll try and throw it here. They get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
4th down, and we're going to see just how clutch he is on this kick. From 37 yards in the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense ready to get going again now. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Running it now out of the gun. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Is under review.
All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground, while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The give here on 2nd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The offense headed back to the field. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! And the Armadillos will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten in for picks in this game, and he's got it perfect. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
This offense making its way back out now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds a man right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Running for the marker on 2nd. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets him 3. This brings up 2nd and goal.
On game 3, brings up 2nd and goal.
They give it to him up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Black Knights are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Back to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 2nd and 3 now. Here he is to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. He'll look to throw it. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. You've got to keep moving quick here. 2nd and 1. And he got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Armadillos are your winners as we say cheerio from London.